I'm Mike with Become a Better Guitar Player. And today I'm going to show you how to change strings on a classical guitar using traditional plain end classical strings, nylon strings. That's what you put on a classical guitar, and I like the traditional ones where you tie a little loop in the end. It's a little intimidating for people at first, but I guarantee you if you do it one time, you'll be able to do it. It's not that hard to do. And it could save you $30 every time you get a set of strings on your guitar if you're paying somebody else to do it. So to begin with, I have this classical guitar here. I've taken the old strings off. I didn't want to bore you with that. I oiled my fretboard because it was kind of dry, and my tailpiece is also an oiled piece of wood, so I oiled that. The rest of the guitar is a hard finish, so I didn't need to oil any of that. So for a 40-year-old guitar, you got to oil the wood. So let's get started with the explanation here. So first thing I do is I get my strings out of the package. I unroll them. You don't want to kink them. They're plastic, they kink easily. And I stretch them out. And I poke them through my bridge back here. So I like to start out here on the high E string first. So on the high E string, I'm going to go around this clockwise. I'm going to pass this through the loop one time, then two times, just like that. All right. And then this excess string I have here, I'm going to pull it around here. I'm going to push it on the bridge just like that. And I'm going to hold it right behind that B string, just like that. See, that way the B string will hold the excess string in, and that's all it takes to lock that into place. So then I go over to the B string and I do the same thing. Clockwise around, through the loop, over again, hold it down here past the G string this time, and pull it tight like that. All right, and that is in there. So now I skip up here to the low E string, and I do the same thing, just a little different. I'm going to loop it around once. I'm going to go through there clockwise, okay. Go through the loop, like this. Just one time on these low strings here. I'm going to hold it just past the A string like that. Pull it nice and tight. All right. Now I take my A string, while holding the E string behind it like that. Go around that string, through the loop, and hold it down here past the D string. Okay. So that's what it looks like so far. Now I'm going to take my D string, pull a little more string through there, go around clockwise one time, through the loop, keep it nice and slack. I'm going to bend it so it goes down here past the G string. That. Then I take my G string and I go around clockwise, through the loop, then twice. And now I slip it underneath this loop that I made with my D string. And then I cinch it up tight. Now when I clean this up, I'm going to take all these loose ends here and poke them down behind like this. Okay. So we've gotten the bridge, okay? So now let's move up to the headstock here. All right. So to start with on the headstock, I've gotten all the barrels turned to where the hole is on the top. Now I'm going to take my high E string here. I'm going to pull it up here. I'm going to go through the barrel here. Push it up through it. Go around clockwise. Pull a loop through. I want to make sure there's that's a little too much. About 3 or 4 inches of space between this string and the top of the neck, okay? And I wrap this through here, go around clockwise and tie a knot. Not really a knot, okay. Now I'm going to tighten this string up here. And I like to put my loose end under that string as I tighten it up, like that. Okay. And my high E string, I'm going to wrap it to where it wraps towards the center of the headstock, so it puts more tension on that. Okay. Let me cut off that excess string there. Okay. Coming down here and making sure that this is correct still. Okay. On the bridge. All right. Now we're going to take the B string up here. Go through the barrel. Pull it up to 3 or 4 inches or so. Clockwise through the loop. Pull. I'm going to go around it like that. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tighten it up, except this one, I'm going to wrap it toward the outside of the headstock here. And I'm going to use it to cover up this string also. Like that. my excess. Next up is our G string here. Clockwise, tie that knot again. 3 or 4 inches back here. Okay, once you get some tension on it, you scooch it over to the nut here. You cut off your excess. All right. Now, when I start doing the high strings, I'm going to start on my low E string here and working my way to the center. I'm going to go through here. Like that. About 3 or 4 inches down here on the neck. Go through clockwise. Tighten it up. I'm going to go ahead and cut off some of this excess before I even wind it. There's just too much out there. Clean up that end a little bit. I don't like the way it is for now, though. All right. I'm going to go up here to my A string, do the same thing. That much. Last but not least, use my D string here through the barrel, 3 or 4 inches there. So after I have these strings tensioned, then I'll tune it. I'm not going to bore you with that. Nylon strings typically take longer to stretch out. I can put a set of strings on my electric guitar, and after an hour of playing, they'll be stretched out and they'll stay in tune after I tune it. These nylon strings, probably for the first day I play it, it'll become untuned in the middle of a song very quickly. It might take a week for these to stretch out. So don't be surprised if it takes longer. That's not unusual. Your knots aren't coming loose. And what else was I going to say? So don't be surprised. Oh, another thing, when I set my classical guitar down at night, I usually detension the G, B, and the E strings. I don't make them floppy. I detune them. I make them looser because for whatever reason I've had these break just overnight. If you play your classical nylon string guitar with a pick, like a lot of people do, you can do it. A lot of people do it, but you'll wear out these strings quicker and they're more likely to break. I do sometimes. I usually use my fingers when I play my classical guitar. But if you can do this, you can save yourself probably $30 every time you have your classical guitar restrung. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. It's completely free, helps us out a lot. We have well over 150 videos at this point that you can browse through, mostly song tutorials, but other tips like how to put strings on the guitar and stretching out your hands for older guitar players like me. So thank you. Hope this helped you out and have a great day.